Today on the spot, it's time for your weekly PlayStation Network update. Sean McInnes gets his zombie on with a look at Resident Evil: The Dark Side Chronicles on the Wii, and we also get a look at Capcom's jetpack game, Dark Void. Today on the spot.
Hey everyone, welcome to another episode of Today on the Spot. My name is Brian Eckberg, and I'm joined as always by Sophia Tong.
Hey,
welcome
Brian.
to the show.
Thank you.
How are you?
Good.
So I've had an interesting week this week. I want to tell a quick story because yesterday the folks from D3 came by.
Okay.
And they showed off a game called Kamen Rider Dragon Knight.
Yes, I recall hearing something about
You
that.
remember that? It's based on a Japanese television show. It's a fighting game. And so I've been real tired because I've had my daughter and she keeps me up at night. So I was kind of hallucinating. So I was watching Kamen Riders, and at the end of a fight, it's kind of like a Soul Calibur game where two people fight. At the end of the fight, I swear to God, one of the guy who won did his victory pose, and it looked like he was telling me to go shove it up,
okay.
up. I'm not going to cross my arms here, but you kind of get what I'm going for.
I think you need sleep.
Yeah, well, no, I guarantee you I saw it. I wonder if that means something different in Japan, where the show is, where Kamen Rider, the show, is originally from.
I don't
Maybe
know.
it means you're awesome. So what do you think about that, Sophia?
Whatever helps you sleep at night, Brian.
No, not much these days. We got a full show for you guys today. We're going to take a look at Resident Evil: Dark Side Chronicles, PlayStation Network, what's going on there, and have a look at our Dark Void event that Capcom threw earlier this week. Before we do that, I want to show you guys what's happening with the news. So take it away, GameSpot News Desk.
Hey everyone, it's your GameSpot News Update for Saturday, October 17th. I'm Tor Thorson. If you haven't picked up a PlayStation 3 yet, you might want to hold off for the next 2.5 weeks. Nearly 2 months after the 120GB PS3 Slim went on sale, Sony has announced that it is releasing a 250GB variant in North America on November 3rd. The price? $350, just $50 more than the 120GB for twice the memory. Unfortunately, Sony did not reveal any of the cool 250GB PS3 bundles other countries are getting, like the infamous bundle in the UK and Japan's deluxe limited edition Final Fantasy XIII bundle, which comes with a white and pink console. Ooh, fancy. Also, the weekend began with a welcome surprise. Mass Effect 2 has been dated, and it's coming much sooner than most people expected. The sequel to the sci-fi role-playing game will arrive on January 26th in North America, with Europe getting it 3 days later. And, as is becoming the case with a lot of BioWare games, pre-orders will come with bonus items, including fancy armor and an all-powerful gun if you reserve it at GameStop. Isn't it ironic that publishers offer these incentives not to buy used games at the biggest seller of used games on the planet? Makes you think, doesn't it? Well, that's it, your GameSpot News Update for October 17th, 2009. For more headlines like these, head over to news.gamespot.com.
Thanks, Tor, for that lively update as usual. And so next is PlayStation Network stuff.
Yep.
I hear we have Mushroom Wars.
Mushroom Wars, which is apparently a game involving mushrooms that are at war.
Oh.
We have a game called Topatoy and Detuned, among other things. So let's get you guys caught up with everything that's happening on the PlayStation Network.
This week on PlayStation Network, we have a set of downloadable games for your gaming pleasure. Battle away with Mushroom Wars, a fast-paced, accessible RTS with a quaint art style that brings the skirmish to the forefront. Single and multiplayer modes use simple, straightforward controls to fight it out against the AI in campaign mode or up to 4 of your friends locally. Mushroom Wars is available now for $9.99. In Topatoy, you control a small explorer vehicle that works like a spinning top. Angry barbarians and tricky puzzles will challenge you every step of the way. Topatoy is available for $9.99. Detuned is a personalized, interactive musical experience that gives you the opportunity to create dynamic artwork in real time to go along with your very own music collection. For those of you looking for a different experience on the PS3, check out Detuned for $2.99. On PS1 Classics, we've got Tomb Raider: The Last Revelation. Lara Croft returns in one of the most hard-hitting and dramatic installations of the classic gaming franchise. Available now for $5.99. The demo for NBA 2K10 hits PSN this week with all new gameplay components, improved graphics, even more realistic signature-style animations, and all new presentation elements. Check out what's new under the hood this year for the much-anticipated NBA 2K franchise. On the DLC front, we've got the Red Faction Guerrilla Smasher Pack, which adds a new Wrecking Crew mode and 8 new maps for this new mode. The Space Questions Pack for BuzzQuiz TV, a new costume pack for Hot Shots Golf Out of Bounds, new songs by Wolfmother for Guitar Hero 5, and the Brutal Legend track pack for Rock Band. That's all the time we have. For a full list of items, please check out GameSpot.com and PlayStation.com for what's new this week on the PlayStation Network.
All right, so there's everything that's happening on the PlayStation Network this week. We got a demo up now, Resident Evil Dark Side Chronicles. Sophie, have you seen much of this game?
I've seen some of it, but I'm not a huge horror genre fan, but it doesn't look too bad.
Yeah, it looks pretty good for the Wii. It's a rail shooter, of course. It's not a strictly horror game. I'm kind of with you, and I'm not really into the scary games. I'm kind of a wimp, but this is sort of a rail shooter. There's lots of blasting action, so it's pretty fun. Capcom was here earlier this week to show off the game, show a new level, so let's take a look at Resident Evil Dark Side Chronicles. Do it!
Hello and welcome to your daily demo for today's episode. I'm Sean McInnes and I've got a question for you. Do you like zombies? I hope you do, because we're about to check out Resident Evil The Dark Side Chronicles. I'm currently joined by Matt Dahlgren and Melody Pfeiffer from Capcom. Guys, how you doing?
Doing great. Thanks for having us.
Oh, yeah, my pleasure, my pleasure. So Matt, what are we about to check out?
We're about to check out the new content, which has just recently been revealed. One of the cool things about the Chronicles series, it tells a brand new storyline, but you can also revisit past Resident Evil experiences. The new content takes place in South America in 2002, between the events of Code Veronica and Resident Evil 4.
And we've got it running right here, so yeah, let's get right to it.
So the two main characters of the game are Leon S. Kennedy as well as Jack Krauser. This is pretty exciting because if you're familiar with the series, in Resident Evil 4, Krauser and Leon were enemies, but this time around they're actually partners. They're down here searching after a man named Javier Hidalgo, who was reportedly in touch with a researcher from Umbrella.
So this is the follow-up to the Umbrella Chronicles. What are some of the main differences in the Dark Side Chronicles?
So one of the main focuses of this game is they're really trying to put an emphasis on horror. In most rail shooters, the camera is static in the background. You have to shoot a few enemies before you progress to the next area. This is much more dynamic. They've moved the camera in closer to the player. It pans around erratically, mimicking the first player's point of view. What that does is it allows us to create a much more tense experience. There's certain things the player can see, certain things they can't. So it gets pretty intense.
And we've got two players going on here, but it's capable of being played alone, right?
Yes.
Single player?
In the single player mode, your partner is going to be simulated, so he's still around with you. Co-op is one of the main focal points of the game. So before in Umbrella Chronicles, all of the interactions happen behind screen. This time around, you can actually see your partner progress with you throughout the level, and they'll carry a natural dialogue throughout the level that reveals storyline details.
Yeah, let's talk about how that story works. It tells about Resident Evil 2 and Code Veronica, but obviously this area wasn't in either one. How are we exploring these new areas?
So the South America content is brand new to the franchise, and we're really doing a lot to flesh out the backstory of the character Krauser. Memories are a very big theme of the game, so dark memories of the past link together a chain of events which explain the present. So throughout the game, you'll actually go back and play through all of the experiences from Resident Evil 2 and Code Veronica. If you played Umbrella Chronicles, the games that were covered would have seemed like they were in a little bit fast forward. The games that are covered in Dark Side Chronicles are much more in depth, so pretty much everything you can remember from Resident Evil 2 or Code Veronica is going to be covered off in this game.
So with the co-op here, what sort of teamwork is there in this game? Like, are you sharing inventory? Are you sharing resources?
Yeah. So in Umbrella Chronicles, if you picked up a weapon, it would bind you to that weapon. You couldn't share that with your partner. This time around, you use a shared inventory. So pretty much whatever weapon you want to equip, you can equip it. You just have to share ammunition with your partner. Also, there's opportunities in which your partner is going to get attacked. Then you have to rely on your other partner to jump in and save you. So allows a little bit more cooperative play. You see big nasty spiders.
Should we expect to see a lot of those crazy, out of the ordinary zombies? Besides just the walking, stumbling undead?
Yeah, well, they're actually zombies this time around, which is pretty cool. So, in Resident Evil 4, they were Ganados, and Resident Evil 5, they were Magini. So we've taken a step back. They're still pretty fast, but they have that traditional zombie appeal to them.
And then you've also got the monsters, like obviously the spiders. Earlier, you were showing me some of those other ones, like the hunter and the lickers.
Yeah. So lots of monsters within the Resident Evil franchise. Lots of very memorable boss sequences from Resident Evil 2. The alligator's back. William Birkin has all of his different forms, so you fight him numerous number of times. So pretty much all those key memorable moments you'll be able to go and relive through this game, but in an entirely new way. They've also tweaked the gameplay a little bit. Headshots are much easier than they were to get in Umbrella Chronicles. You can tell when you're going to be able to line one up, your reticle is going to zoom in just a little bit to indicate that you're going to be able to hit a headshot. The knife is back. You just hold the A button, waggle the Wiimote. That's good for taking out multiple enemies that are coming to you at the same time.
Matt, before I let you go, can you tell me, when is the Dark Side Chronicles going to be available in stores, and is it strictly a Wii exclusive?
It is Wii exclusive. It's going to be available November 17th.
All right, thank you very much, Matt.
All right, thanks a lot.
All right, Melody, you did well. Congratulations, nice work. All right, guys, back to you.
All right, so there's your look at Resident Evil Dark Side Chronicles. Got another game, back-to-back game coverage this time.
Back to back. Now it's Dark Void. Do you know anything about that?
I know it's the jetpack game
Yes,
from
it does
Capcom.
have jetpacks.
Yep.
So Sean got to go check it out earlier this week.
Yeah, he went down to lovely San Carlos, which, it's like a paradise down there. It's 20 minutes away from paradise.
I've never been there.
It's nice, it's lovely, it's very hot, great public library.
Oh, sounds good. Well, let's check in with Shayna at Capcom and see what she has to say about the game.
I'm Sinead Bryan, Associate Producer over at Capcom, and we're about to take a look at Dark Void. So this level that we're showing off right here is about 2/3 of the way through the title. By the time you get here, you're literally sort of a god of the skies. And so we're kind of going to throw a whole lot of stuff at you. So what you can kind of see is the fiction behind this level is you see the Ark, which is the sort of like humanity's escape craft, crafted by Nikola Tesla. And the Watchers, who are basically your bad guys in the game, just located it and are attempting to take it out. They know that since the majority of the survivors are located in this craft, if they can destroy it, it's pretty much game over for humanity. For those of you who are not familiar with Dark Void, let me give you the background for it. So the main character right here is named William Augustus Gray, and he's sort of what we call an everyman, sort of like a down-on-his-luck cargo pilot who winds up flying a mission through the Bermuda Triangle and crash landing and winding up in the Void. So once he's in the Void, he runs into other survivors, other humans who have wound up getting sucked in as well. That includes Nikola Tesla. And Nikola Tesla, as leader of the survivors, or at least one of the key members of the survivor force, builds your jetpack, builds your guns, builds all the really kind of cool gear and awesome stuff that you find in the game, and you go on to kind of become a jetpack hero. New feature of the game that we've talked about recently is the hover feature right here. Previously, we did have a hover ability in the game, but it was always a gradual descent. What we did right here is actually allow you to gain altitude using the hover feature, and it really changes the way the gameplay works. So you can see I can come around behind these guys. If I can manage my hover, I can actually stay in air indefinitely and take out a lot of these enemies. So additionally, your enemies that you're fighting have lower accuracy, of course, when you're in the air. I mean, you're a tiny little guy. You're a lot harder to hit when you're hovering around. So it's really in the player's best interest to use your hover mode, use your jetpack, use all the kind of cool gear that Nikola Tesla got for you so that you can actually take on the Watchers on their own turf and destroy them and win, essentially. So you guys can see what I'm doing right now is I'm actually protecting the fuel pumps that are feeding fuel to the Ark. So I've got one more fuel pump I've got to protect. The Watchers are dropping off ground troops, shock troops, I guess, as we kind of move on because they're just not satisfied with their first failed attempt. So I can take out the rest of these guys right here. Then I'll be able to take out, hopefully, like deflect their forces. So you can also see, I'm not giving these guys a chance right now, but your enemies actually use hover packs, they use jetpacks, they use cover just as much as you do. And so, that's why when I played, at least, I use my jetpack and my hoverpack gratuitously. I want to make sure I'm not giving those guys the upper hand or the high ground. So you guys can see that's Dark Void, the hover feature, the 360 degrees of combat. I hope you guys will pick it up on January 12th.
All right, now, Sophia, we hosted a show last week or on Tuesday, something like that, and I realized that I'm giving you guys really bad advice when it comes to filling out the trivia module. We had some Monster Energy drink, and I told you guys to write "I want to be assaulted" somewhere, and all we got was a comment full, like an on-the-spot
in the comment section,
nothing
which is wrong.
It's totally wrong. So we're gonna redo. We're gonna give away more Monster Energy drink, but we want you to write "I want to be assaulted," but not in the comment section. Write it in the trivia module and send it to us. We'll get it via email. That way the comment section is all clean and it's just filled up with people who hate me. That's fine. So Monster Energy, you will have a chance to win Modern Warfare 2, all sorts of download map stuff and really cool stuff. So again, the words "I want to be assaulted."
Green trivia button.
Green trivia button in one of these corners. Fill it in, send it, we'll get it, and you have a chance at winning stuff that is really bad for you. So there you go. Sophia, another episode of Today on the Spot in the bag.
Yeah, thanks, Brian.
Well, thank you for being here. We appreciate it. And of course, the show will be back on Tuesday. Until then, for another episode of Today on the Spot, I'm Brian. She's Sophia. We'll see you on Tuesday. So there you go. That's our show, Sophia.
Yep.
Appreciate you being here.
Yeah, thanks for being here too.
Well done. We will see you guys next week on another episode of Today on the Spot.